Okay, court is back in session in cause number 332372, case of South State of Texas versus Justin Jerome Rito. We have Mr. Rito appearing via Zoom with his attorney, Mr. Joel Vasquez. Attorney Vasquez waived the record in Mr. Rito's case. Mr. Rito entered a plea. Well, first of all, Mr. Rito was sworn in and Mr. Rito entered a plea of no contest to the charges of violation of a protective order. Mr. Rito acknowledged that his signature, his initials was on page 2 of State's Exhibit number 1, and his signature was on page 3 of State's Exhibit number 1. And I have before me the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Mr. Rito, there's a signature at the bottom of this document of trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, and it's above the line that is titled defendant. Did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Rito, did you sign a document out there on paper that is titled Discovery Certification?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Rito, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I've just mentioned to you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
And also State's Exhibit number 2, the probable cause affidavit?
Yes, Your Honor. The probable cause affidavit as well.
Any objections, Mr. Vasquez?
No objections, Your Honor.
No objection. State's Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. And the court will take judicial notice of the probable cause affidavits, which is in the court's file. Mr. Rito, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Vasquez, you have advised and counseled Mr. Rito. Is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Rito, your attorney, Mr. Vasquez, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
You have.
Mr. Rito, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
60 days.
Okay. Mr. Rito, the state is offering that you serve 60 days in Jefferson County Jail. You will be given credit for any time that you are entitled to get by law. The court cost in this case, Mr. Rito, is $327. Mr. Rito, will you be able to pay the $327 court
No,
cost?
sir. No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Rito, I have before me a document that is titled affidavit and this document was signed by the magistrate on June 7 of 2022. And this document has your name on it. And in this document, it states under monthly income and assets, it says no income and that you do not have any monthly expenses. Is this document correct?
True.
It's true? Now, Mr. Rito, the court is going to find that you are indigent. And that simply means that the court, pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, will waive the court cost in this case, which means you will not have to pay the court cost of $327 pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure because the court has found that you are indigent. Mr. Rito, do you understand the state's offer and the court's finding?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer and the court's finding?
Yes, sir.
And do you think it's fair and just?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Rito, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Rito, this will conclude your case. Please follow the bailiff and you have a blessed day,
All right, you too.
okay? And
All right now.
this will conclude the court's docket, the special review docket scheduled at 9 a.m. on today's date of June 9th of 2022. Mr. Vasquez, you're free to, Mr. Rito, before you leave, I have to read something to you. Mr. Rito, pursuant to the Texas Administrative Code, Section 176.1, the court hereby admonishes you the following. Number one, you are by entry or order of judgment ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number two, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Number three, under Texas Penal Code Section 46.013, firearm means any device made, designed, adapted, or to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance or any device readily convertible to that use. Firearm does not include a firearm that may have as an integral part a folding knife blade or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is one, an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, or two, a replica of an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.292, Magistrate's Orders for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code Section 46.02, unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code Section 46.04, unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code Section 25.07, violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse or neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code Section 85.26, warning on protective orders. Now, Mr. Rito, you should get a copy of this ammunition at the jail, and this will conclude your case. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You too. Right now.
This will conclude the calling of our docket. Mr. Vasquez, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Ms. Kathleen Nelson, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
You too, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you, Joel.
All right. And bailiff, you're
Yes,
free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
same to you, Judge.
You're welcome. Everyone,